Mike Tomlin, Steelers head coach, pulling off what I think is one of the more significant outcomes of the day. To go into Buffalo, Mike, Bills Mafia is back. The entire experience, jumping through the tables, the tailgating, the thousands in the stands. Now, I asked Cam Hayward after the game how much black and gold he saw. He said there was still plenty in there. They still find a way in. But still, that full stadium on the road, hostile environment to start the season against a Super Bowl favorite, to just hang around and keep that Buffalo offense from really hitting its stride long enough for the Steelers to close the gap, catch up, and take over. It's another reason why. Yeah, and Mike, I don't know how much you've noticed this over the years. Whenever the Steelers have some short-term adversity, there's a segment of the fan base that wants to get rid of Mike Tomlin. Never get rid of Mike Tomlin, because Mike Tomlin's the reason you won that game yesterday.
Listen, the Pittsburgh organization, we all know, I mean, the stats about the coaches that they've had, they don't turn it over like other teams. They don't have the quick draw that says we're going to get rid of this coach. These coaches are timeless with this team, and I completely agree. And knowing Mike Tomlin, so you heard that soundbite, and he's right, they don't care about style points. But I'll tell you one thing that Mike Tomlin has been drilling in these guys' head is the fact that everybody was counting them out. Everybody was saying the Bills are the second best team after Kansas City in the AFC. And obviously that's who they opened up with yesterday. So all the time, in their ear, nobody thinks you have a shot in the AFC now. They think Ben's over the hill. Nobody thinks you're going to play well or do well against Buffalo, the up-and-coming team after what Josh Allen did and the weapons he got with Diggs last year and how well they played. They're going to blow Pittsburgh out. Pittsburgh has some changes on defense. And then you get Mike Tomlin. We don't care about style points, about getting the win. 10-6. 10-6, not the prettiest game in the world going into the fourth quarter. But if you're a defensive player like me, it's a thing of beauty. It is a thing of beauty when you're holding an offense that's as powerful as Buffalo's to that low of an output score-wise going into the fourth quarter. What you're doing is you're constantly giving your offense a chance. You're constantly saying, here you go, Ben, you got another chance. Here you go, Ben, you got another chance, to the tune of what, 17 points? In the fourth quarter. So that was a perfect, symbiotic relationship with offense, defense. We'll keep stopping them. It's a high-powered offense. We'll keep shutting them down, and you eventually get it done. It took them to the fourth quarter to really get it done, but they got it done. To make Josh Allen throw 51 times, they don't want to throw it 51 times. They want to run the ball. They want to be a little more even, though when they do throw a lot, he still can be pretty effective. So I put this one right on the side of that defensive side of the ball for stepping up and doing what they did to help give Ben and that offense more chances.
Well, and they knew it was even more important yesterday, Mike, because it's a new offense under Matt Canada. It's going to take some time. Ben Roethlisberger said it himself last week. There will be some growing pains in this offense, so the defense had to keep it close long enough for the offense to find the gas pedal, and they did, scoring the points. Now, the block punt that put the Steelers ahead with a touchdown helped tremendously, but you saw that offense gain more confidence. And again, 16 more games for that offense to get to where it's going to be come December and January. But enough yesterday, coupled with that defense. And that's the one thing we said all offseason long. Yes, there's turmoil with the offense. New offensive linemen, 4 new starters, new running back in Najee Harris. We're not quite sure what he's going to be. He looked pretty good yesterday. Ben Roethlisberger, 39. Questions about him. No questions about that defense. And as long as you have that defense, you don't need to have the 1999 greatest show-offs on turf St. Louis Rams. You just have to do enough. And the Steelers offense did enough yesterday, and they'll probably do enough all year long.
Well, and they're a team that, because you mentioned, and I'm glad you did with the block punt, that's going to rely on all of that. They're not going to be a juggernaut offense. They're going to be a very stout defense. There's no doubt about that. So what turns the tide at times? Well, it can be special teams, whether it's a turnover like it was to a touchdown, or whether it's a big return that flips the field for you in your favor, or a big stop on a special teams play. So this team needs that. They need all three phases, because it's not the high-flying offense that it was, even though they're going to try to, and we'll see once they start gelling with the O coordinator, Ben, and the O coordinator on how that's going to go. But I don't expect it to be that high-flying offense. I expect it to be a tough defense, a good offense, and throw in some special teams along the way. But listen, what do they always say? The offense sells tickets and the defense wins championships. I do believe that. I know in this day and age when there's so much passing and the offenses are so wide open and the rules are specifically made for the offense. Yes, I'm not just a bitter former defensive player saying that. The rules, without question, are meant to favor the offense, so they want scoring. The NFL feels scoring puts butts in seats and puts eyes on the TV, and I get all that. So if you can have that stout defense like we saw yesterday that just gives your offense enough of an opportunity, you could be in good shape.
Yeah, every 2 or 3 years we're reminded in the Super Bowl what it means to have a great defense, because that usually is what saves the day and delivers the trophy for the team that wins it all. The Steelers' offense did wake up eventually. Ben Roethlisberger finished with 188 passing yards, and Najee Harris only had 45 yards rushing. He had a nice 18-yard run to get his career going.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.